Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. In today's episode, it is 2:09. Yeah, specific time today. Uh, Wednesday today? My spring break's like halfway over, which is weird because I feel like I have not done a lot with my spring break, but it's because I felt like very bad on Monday, and I spent like all of Monday just like sitting here going, man, I hope I don't feel this way for the entire day, and then falling asleep at like midnight. So my day was significantly shorter on Monday, which is probably why my days don't feel, uh, my week feels shorter, is because I lost a day, I imagine. Anyway, hope you're doing well. How you doing? I'm doing fine. Again, you're always right on cue, asking me how I'm doing. It's incredible. Clean, I would say, even. What are we today? Sentient? I gotta be like, I'm not like rushing this episode. I have 50 minutes before I have a meeting to do. So I got time. Like, oh, pardon me. If I, if I'm not gonna walk myself into an infinite, thankfully there are no infinites here to be done, but I'm going to accelerate the intro by like 1 minute is my feeling. And I don't want you to feel like I'm gonna rush this episode. I can always pause it if I'm not gonna finish in time, but I would be surprised. Anyway, let me ask you a question today and let's get going. This question is 2 days late, but I'm curious if you have any like. So this is a really specific question, I guess, and I'm curious to know if there's anything else like this that you can think of. It's like seasonal food, but not really. I also don't know how widespread this is. I think that it's reasonably widespread, but I'm not sure. So today or yesterday was Mardi Gras, I think. I don't know exactly. Maybe I don't know when it is. I don't really pay attention. But what I do know is that it was Fat Tuesday because Lent is coming up. And on Fat Tuesday, they sell, I think they're called potchkis or punchkis, which are basically just really big donuts filled with pie filling. And they're excellent. And I love them. But I only ever see them like this time of year. I never see them at any other time of year. And I'm curious if you have any other foods like this that you really like, but only ever see at a specific time of year. It's not like they're out of season too, which is weird, right? Because like pumpkin pie, it's out of season when it's not in November-ish. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not a seasonal produce person. I don't know anything about that. I'm not a farmer, but I was just wondering if you had any similar foods because I really like them, but I also think they're very bad for you, and I only eat them once a year. And I think that the idea is that you eat them and then you give something up for Lent, and it's like a last hurrah before Lent, which I feel like kind of goes against the whole idea of Lent, but it's not my place. Let's begin. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Awoken Hellhorned, a young classic. Rage Talos, Darkness Arcus, Patient Seraph, Wildwood Sap, Hornbreak, Pyre Shards. It's a good set of starting cards. It makes me pretty confident in our early game here. We should be rather survivable with 2 Wildwood Saps. Pyre Shards is not a bad starter as well. Especially if we don't get Spike Sentient. It's pretty nice. I'm down for Hell's Banners. We have Hellhorn. Might be an imp play. Yeah, no Spike Sentient means that Pyre Shards is going to be significantly more useful. I think enough so that I can take this money even. 10 Pack Shards isn't that scary. I think that because I took the money, I should avoid this money trial, though. Like, I already took 100. I don't need to take this money. I'm already... Like, the Sentient's weak early, so we're gonna get hit. Probably. It's like, if I drew... Oh, we have Torch to cultivate as well. That's kind of cool. If I drew a turn 1 Fire Shards, I would have been good to take the trial, but it's not really something we can know. I'm gonna assume I kill this foot soldier with Pyre Shards, so I'm going to focus on the man walking at me here. Should I have focused him sooner? Yeah, maybe. Also, I'm not that afraid, though. I kill you and it's 13, and then I ping him and it's 20. Yeah, so I'm gonna take 2. I think if I had put another Hornbreak on him, I would be in the same position, right? There is no change to be had here. You're at 15, so you're at... I'd have to do 5 damage to this enemy, plus kill the priest, which I don't think is going to happen. We'll just drop double wild with Sap and take our lumps here. That's the sentient tax. We lose 9 starting HP because we start with the sentient. Why'd I say it? Because we started with the sentient? Where'd that come from? Because Alright. All things considered, a pretty good start, though. Pyre Shards, it wasn't, like, critical because we have pings, but it's still fine. Happy to play Razor Sharp with the Sentient. Someone put it pretty well in a recent video of me playing Cultivate, which probably would have been, like, 2 weeks ago, something like that. Cultivating Sentient is good, but you need another scaler. She's not like Awoken Hollow. She gives you a little bit of health and a little bit of damage, but you need something else to go along with it. I don't think I want to play Imps here. I took Hell's Banners, but that was before I saw Cultivate. Playing Imps with Cultivate sounds a little awkward, so let's take Rage. It's like, you put the Imps in front, and then the Imps take hits for revenge away from you, or you put them in the back, and then they take Cultivates. You have to kill them yourself, which is, like, not always doable with an Endless Imp. But I'd rather not deal. Shattered Shell's fine. I've learned many times now that we don't want to play quick on the Shattered Shell. I will look for multi-strike. I do not want to play quick. I don't think he needs health. I don't think he particularly needs health. Like, I'm not in a position where I really want to give him Battlestone. Kind of just want to give, like, multi-strike as many times as possible and call it a day. Grab this money. Yeah, I'm gonna follow that idea. Keep the Sentient alive and give my man a lot of multi-strike. Animus of Will. Like, we're going to the steel shop again with a green banner next door. All should be fine. 499 is 18, is 22. If I play bottom floor here, there's a reason to play bottom floor, and it's to not waste turns of regen. I think it's actually going to make sense. Because I can play everything out as well and start the Shattered Shell scaling right away. Now the downside, of course, is that my man is dying. I guess not, actually. I'm gonna throw... Let's think about it. I think I need to put regen on the shell, just to make sure he doesn't die. And then I put any regular healing cards onto the Sentient. Like, all of my restores go Sentient here, to try and keep her alive. Also, playing bottom floor has the classic upside of not letting that enemy walk to Pyre, assuming I live. Yeah. I would have killed it anyway, I imagine, but if I was top floor, I don't think I would have. I'm always so cautious, because, like, a lot of times I just play bottom floor and then it's wrong. But I have to still play bottom floor when it seems correct like that. Makes sense. Grab another Razor Sharp. You could make a case for another Wildwood Sap, but I don't want it. A Ritual of Battle, again, is okay. It's expensive. But I think it's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna go Animus of Will Infusion on my man. You can make a case for Brandon, but I'm just gonna go Animus of Will. Multi-strike is the best here. Yeah. Now, giving him bonus attack is a waste because, like, it just doesn't do anything. Could always play Awoken Hollow, but I'm okay. Let's check the Horde. Mark of Exile is excellent. Extremely good to just give the Sentient more HP here. I don't feel like I need Bone Dog. Like, I don't think I need the healing. I'd rather take the card Purge. Bone Dog and Train Steward can have fun. Trying to guilt me, Monster Train. I'm become unguiltable. I feel nothing. Leave Bone Dog behind. I feel no remorse. I do miss Bone Dog's cool hat that he had when they made that event, though. That was good. And pros and cons of playing bottom floor here. There are no pros. It's only cons. If I play Animus, I get to give a ritual right now, which is not bad. And I don't have to take any more Ember Drain. Yeah, okay. I think it doesn't make a big difference between Animus of Will and Shattered Shell as to which one gets played on the top floor and carries. Like, yeah, I'm gonna ping my Sentient and play Razor Sharp. It's fine. My damage output's very high, and I don't think there's anything that sweeps or has spikes on this one. So we should be a-okay. And I do want to focus on healing my Sentient. And adding spikes, there's no reason not to, right? I don't get slays or anything like that. I do want to think about picking off enemies that look like they're going to do a lot of damage to me. Like these clergymen I could pick off. Or I could torch my Sentient for more health. I think I'm gonna start playing to save my max HP, or save my Sentient's health bar though, so that I don't randomly die. There's an enemy that will hit my Animus, but it is not an issue. Did they take 41? Oh, 4 spikes. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, I should just focus on saving HP still, I feel. And may as well go get him. No reason not to play Shattered Shell there. And we'll ping now because I want to... Like, we win for sure. We have 11 regen. I'm gonna heal more than the boss does damage at this point. Yeah. Very nice. Good fight, good fight. I think that it doesn't make a big difference on if you wait or not for another... or for the Shattered Shell, but getting the Animus down right away seems good. I think that either way you would win that, though. Welcome back to your weekly laugh at Cycle of Life stream. Ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha. Thank you. I pointed as well, if you're wondering. I already have one passive draw through the Sentient, and my deck is pretty expensive, so I could be swayed to take energy. Yeah, like energy here and then probably draw out the next one. This is heal 4. This is... spells get piercing, and this is endless. Typically I think Broken Wheel is worth taking if you have a lot of units to purge, but I only have 3. And the risk isn't worth it to me. I don't hate Corrupted Cloud, I guess. Interestingly enough, this almost becomes good just on its own because of the revenge. Yeah, I can take Corrupted Cloud. I think it's mostly beneficial in the early game here. Magic Shop time. I'm gonna go ahead and do my infusion first and foremost, front and center. I think I might just give the Animus of Will or the Shattered Shell plus 25 actually to be safe. I know I said I didn't want it, but I'm a little bit concerned. We could pick up something like double regen as well on this run, and then go all in on regenning here with a double stack. How did I know this was going to be a double stack? Don't ask. Is this Extreme Stone? Yeah. This temple's all the way down. I want to make, like, Horn Breaks free. Good Extreme Stone a Horn Break. It's decent value. Actually, I like putting plus 20 consume on Restore 401. Use Burst Heal. I go ahead and -1 Wildwood Sap. Patient Seraph. I could remove Consume Wildwood Sap and then kind of let it rock. For a Value Stone or something later. I think I'm down with this, yeah. I've played so many runs of Regen as the main line, and usually they die. But they usually die because your unit just doesn't have the health to hold on. Mark of an Exile Cultivating Sentient, I believe almost certainly has the highest base HP of any unit in the game, right? She's gonna have so much. I just play top 4 and we're chilling here. I hope. If I'm wrong, this part, like, one party boy kills me if I'm wrong. Like, an infused party boy sends me straight to hell. However, I'm pretty confident. Even at 60 pack shards, I'm pretty confident I'll be fine. Because I have Corrupted Cloud to help my attack scaling. I have Ritual Battle, which I took a trial, or I took a thing for. And I do have to give up this Collector because of this trial. But I'm getting a relic for the Collector's Escape, which is probably okay. Yeah, now as soon as one of them dies, we're chilling. And my Shattered Shell is gaining HP through the Corrupted Cloud thanks to enemies hitting the Sentient. Gonna beef up the Sentient here. 26 times 3 is, like, I'm guaranteed enough damage to kill the enemies, there's no doubt. Should actually play Hornbreak there, I bet. My health is of no concern. I am going to wonder on the rest of this run, like, when the time comes, I'm gonna sit here and really ponder the question, what if I just keep Corrupted Cloud for the scaling? And it's a legitimate question. There's a real case to be made to just keep Corrupted Cloud. It's kind of shocking. I think that on the Divinity it's not that good though. Is my main concern. Another great look at why regen stacking is not that good though. I know this guy's a bit of an outlier, but this is an 18 times 2 with pack shards. On Combat 4, to have equilibrium with Pyrelight Master, I need 36 regen. Even bottom floor, it needs to be 16, you know? Like, Arcus is in the 30s, all the enemies are in the 30s. Unbroken Horn is fine. No real reason to take and graph. I'll take Tiresome Climb. It's usually fine. Cards are usually just worth having. I'm gonna go to my last steel shop here. Whatever I take here, I take here. I don't have a whole lot of money, but it's fine. Could just throw out Pyro Shards. At this point, it's not very good to have. Yeah. Be gone. Yeah, I just want to give him just a quick check, by the way. Confirm this for myself. Yeah, okay. So, it is not an order thing. My Shattered Shell's attack is actually -12. But when you can't have a unit with negative attack in combat, so it just gets set to 0 in combat. But outside of combat, if you try to give it +10, it just goes to -2. That's fine. I don't like this game. I said to myself, let's take energy. And the game gave me 2 energy relics back to back. This BM, dude. I don't want that. What are you doing to me? Why are you doing this? I was responsible. This is a great look at why I never take Fell's Remorse, though. As first, because there's so many ways that they just give you energy. So many ways. I kind of want to intrinsic, like, Razor Sharp Edge or Ritual. Can I play Ritual if I really intrinsic it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for sure. It just gives you the start on the shell scaling. Gets him going right away, no fear that you just whiff. Could look out for like a double stack or something of that nature as well. Does Spikes 4 bother me? I gave my man health, it should be fine. Yeah. That's a little frightening. I think that, given the circumstance, I should probably stop the 15 times 2 from existing. I think I don't want that. Yeah, we'll just stack. It was... I'm gonna put regen on my shell. I'm just gonna give him a little bit. The nice thing about the Sentient, compared to the other champion that I often play Shattered Shell with, won't name any specific names here, but one nice thing is that she never takes kills like that, right? The Sentient being a just wall is good, as opposed to the Wendleton Thornlord lines of yore. If I tiresome find this marksman, I get to get the kill on it without... I appear to have made an error. It's exactly 20. Yeah. It's alright. I just throw it. It was a good thing I put regen on him, you know? Just keep throwing him some healing. I put regen on him because I thought it might be Sower of Sorrows, and I felt like I might need to deal with that. I was correct. Now doing 30. Actually, the Sentient makes, like, her health bar makes no difference. She is just a vessel for health onto the shell at this point, because the Sower of Sorrows completely ignores her. There is no reason to really think about her in any other way than as a way to give Shattered Shell more health to kill this boss. Like so. Extremely fine. I'd cut it a little close though. Hey. This game sucks. You're telling me I took energy. I said, you know, I probably don't need to take draw here. And 100% this is some sort of confirmation bias sort of scenario, right? But like, people, especially when like the DLC first came out, people would tell me that I took draw too much. And why do I take too much draw, especially in places where you have passive draw? Bro, this shit happens to you. And there's just no reason to take energy first unless you really need it. I got Unbroken Horn to Firebox. You're kidding me. I'm not picking channel song. I'm not falling for the Sirens channel song. It's just, it can't be. It's not to be channel song. Fuck you. You're dead to me. In Fish Scholar, do I have a consume card that matters? I guess I have Wildwood Sap. It's just Wildwood Sap also, which is a good case. This guy is just 1 energy, get Wildwood Sap again. I'm down, I think that's not bad. God, I do kind of want to just keep it though. I don't know, man. It's tough. It's really tough. Because, like, the healing is alright. But, like, it's... I take 1 damage on my Shattered Shell to give him 3 attack per turn. I'll take the healing. It's fine. Heal 5, it's fine. It's probably worth it. I imagine. I have no money. I could just go see removals though. Or I make my rituals cost less. Let's go make our rituals cost less and take some higher health. Value stone. Great news. Why am I value stoning this ritual? I don't really care about the intrinsic rituals cost. I have infinity energy. Hey, lost luggage. At least I didn't take draw, am I right, fellas? Now I get more value out of lost luggage turn 1. True. I have so much energy, I'm just gonna double stack ritual. No problems. Could have value stone Wildwood Sap with the remove consume, but I'm just gonna give it a -1. We're gonna move on. I don't want to +20 consume a restore. I'm gonna save my money. I've been like particularly poor in this run. I think I've had to sack a few collectors, and that's fine with me. Don't mind sacrificing a few collectors. Because, you know, you gotta stay safe. No reason to play restore here. Yeah, I think I don't remember if I got the one. I got the one in the last combat, but I sacked the first collector because I didn't want to get sent by a party boy. I was sitting there trying to think of their actual name for some reason. Like, I'm not just gonna call them party boys. Hey, here's an important question about Vial of Tears. When does it trigger? When does Vial of Tears heal? It is after combat, not when you press the end turn button. Gotcha. Yeah. It's after regen as well, it looks like. Interestingly enough. Yeah, I feel like this run has become rather solid here. I don't care about the armor. I'm hunting for a few relics. Like, it would be good to pick up the double regen effect. But other than that, I think we're doing fine. I've used my energy bank from the start of the round. I will eventually go through it because the rituals are expensive, and that is kind of part of the agreement. I have this really big bank of energy which I'm going to spend on rituals, but they're really strong. Like, it's 20 rage, so it's not that big of a loss. I have about as much regen as Arcus has damage. I think we're good. Spreading Spores, I'm over this card. Even in this run, I'm just over it. Wildwood Sap is significantly better in almost every regard. I will go to the left. I wanted to see a magic shot, but there is not one to be seen. Great Pyre Health. Channel Heart. I guess 10 Pyre HP for 25 gold isn't that bad. Like, there's no way I get another Sting. Maybe a Sting Relic, but the odds are low. It's still worth it to look for a Relic because I want to find... double regen. I was trying to think. I think it's called Bloating Fungus is what I'm looking for. I'm gonna grab another one of the double stack Wildwood Saps. And I'm gonna grab another one of the Remove Consume Wildwood Saps. It's like a time release bonus. The double stack Wildwood Sap is value right away. Oh, you know what? The Sentient isn't the highest health champion. With the Sentient isn't the highest health champion, it's Titan Channel Soul Guard. Eat your heart out, Sentient. Could hope for something better than Extreme Stone. Value Stone or Spell Chain would be preferable. Spikes 5's a little scary. I don't think it's that bad. If I play top 4, it's no problem. Probably. Maybe. And if I play bottom 4... Which I want to do because I want to stop the curse. I'm not going to bother with the math, I'm just going to play it and see what it looks like here. Yeah, this is alright. And then what's like Razor Sharp, Horn Break should be good enough. Barely. And Torch for the Cultivate. She gives 3 HP per round and he heals 5 passively. So we give my man a little support with a Wildwood Sap. I don't really have to worry about healing the Sentient up is the big thing as well. He has such a high health pool. And this is not a high damage output combat. So I can just make sure I focus on keeping my Shattered Shell from dying. And then I can move into healing the Sentient. It's always risky to meet the enemies on the bottom floor, but in a fight like this it's worthwhile. Stop the flow of the curses. And we'll scale with a bunch of restores and all of that. Doesn't really matter which boss it is either. And we have Impish Scholar for another Wildwood Sap. I'm just gonna end turn. I don't think it's worth it to Horn Break here. It's interesting how this deck plays. If you remember, we played a run a while back where the idea and the point of the run was I had a bunch of energy and I had like a 25 card deck and I had what was it? It was its Offering Monument was the card I had, and Snare is always good. And I had an incant unit and I just played the incant units with the Offering Monument and cycled the entire deck like 2 times in 2 turns, and that was it. I don't want these. Like, the draw went to 5 per turn and it was extremely slow after that, but it didn't matter because I incanted my Sirens like 15 times, 20, or like 30 times really fast. This run's kind of like that, but instead of having Siren incants, it's how I use my energy on Ritual Battle. Spell chain -1 razor sharp is fine. Have to make sure I give it a razor or a -1. Have to make sure I give this razor sharp or razor sharp. Yeah. Look at the trinket shop. Tap taps +1 draw. Don't really want hammered chest plates. Resonant shard is cool. I'm not playing cheater's hand. I have no interest. I have no desire. I'm gonna duplicate one of the wildwood saps. I'm gonna duplicate the double stack one this time. I don't really want to hold over. I'm gonna buy a -1 for ritual and we're gonna call it a day. Well, I guess I'm also gonna purge 2 cards. They're gonna be probably torch. Probably torch. Maybe one of each, torch and restore. Torch has some use, restore has some use. Yeah, I'll get rid of torch. How much torching of my sentient do I really want to be doing? 100 out of 100. Looking good. Patient Seraph, I think, shouldn't pose much of a threat. Did I roll the center shop? Yeah, I did. For sure I did. 100% I did. No doubt about it, I did. I should wait on the restore. Yeah, I should make sure I wait to play that until after Impish Scholar pays out. Oh. It's like 2 ships in the night. I'm gonna incant Seraph a bunch to make sure that I'm scaling my sentient, I feel. Or not scaling, make sure I'm scaling my regen, I guess I should say. And my Shattered Shell. But I don't need to incant as much. Like, I don't need to do it there. And no quick is good here, actually. It is very helpful to have no quick. I'm gonna do this to the to Seraph. Days in 2 rounds, but having no quick is good because by having no quick it means that my sentient doesn't get like 2 rounds of melee weakness that she has to live through Seraph hitting her. Also, interestingly, by ascending Seraph up, it forces him to move off of the floor again. Didn't really think about that. Has she taken more damage? Maybe not. Maybe she wasn't taking more damage. I don't know. Probably she wasn't. But like, look at this. I have 46 regen, and I'm still losing HP. What do you mean? Guess I could be picking off Shadelings and things like that, but it's kind of just nuts, man. I have 50 regen, and my champion is still losing HP on these turns. It feels like regen is just a little bit underwhelming. At times, anyway. It's a high damage output fight. But, like, realistically, this is a great example of why I think regen isn't great. If I didn't have this bonus HP, I'm pretty sure my sentient would have died. Like, what the hell, man? She has 57 regen. How is my champion at risk of dying? I don't know. I don't feel like it's worth it for me to play any more spells. Like, I'm going to win, so there's no reason to make Seraph any stronger. I know what you're thinking, right? Maybe shouldn't be complaining about regen all this much, but like, I have so it takes such a huge investment to make regen as good as like Unleash the Wildwood, you know? I have 74 regen, and I'm still wondering if I'm going to survive some of these waves. And Patient Seraph, high damage output, whatever. The point is that this... The plan of this path is to just take hits and live. But regen just isn't as good as it should be. That's my feeling. Regen just does not heal as much as it should for it to feel like it's actually playable as a main survival plan. I'm like fully invested into regen in this run, and I'm having trouble nonetheless. Impish Scholar. Maybe it's alright. Maybe it's just supposed to be this way, I'm not sure. But like, maybe regen is supposed to be a supplemental plan. That's what you could say. And you might be right. I'm gonna go ahead and double hit my Sentient for Cultivates. In this fight, I think it'll be okay. Pardon me, I think it'll be okay. Oh, I was gonna put Regen onto the Shattered Shell, but now that the enemies are actually hitting my Sentient, it's significantly less needed. And we're gonna steamroll this fight, no doubt. The Shattered Shell has crazy fast scaling. Like, I play one Ritual and he snowballs out of control. So on every other regard, this run is exceptional. Like, our damage scaling is great, which is a good place to be in because then survival becomes the only thing you have to think about. Shattered Shell, I haven't even had to... it hasn't even crossed my mind that he might not kill an enemy. Everything is dying without any problems. The Divinity is going to die extremely quickly. And this is that combination of the Sentience Cultivate scaling plus another source of scaling named Ritual Battle plus Resonant Shard. And the Divinity is not as terrible for survival as something like Patient Seraph is, because the Divinity has turns where if your damage scaling is fine, the damage is let up, right? When the mini-bosses spawn, you have time. Oh, sorry, Divinity's dead, yeah. But like, that mini-boss wave only does like 25, which is extremely low compared to the damage of other waves. So there's an upside to fighting the Divinity, and Regen has a chance to survive. Like, Regen does better here because of that wave where if you have 50 Regen, you get to gain like 25 HP back. But it's still really hard for Regen to feel like the mainline survival plan confidently. Without like double Regen and a bunch of other stuff. I don't know. I don't know how I would change it to make it feel better though. That's the thing. Maybe you just need to up the numbers on it, but I don't know about that because then it becomes too strong early on, right? And if you up the numbers on it, it becomes probably too strong outside of the DLC as well. It's like half regen procs up front. I don't know. Regen procs twice per turn if you have a certain number of pack shards. No, that's terrible. Conditional stuff like that doesn't seem good. I don't know. Realistically, I think it's just going to stay the same, but it's fun to think about. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.